both say US-made Tomahawks could fundamentally change the course of the Russian invasion in their favor. Moscow has warned against giving Ukraine the long-range missiles, but also shrugged off the threat. So could Tomahawks really reshape Russia's war in Ukraine? Matthew Saville, Director of Military Sciences at the Royal United Services Institute, explains what they are.
So a Tomahawk is a cruise missile that has been developed by the US over several decades. They're most commonly seen being fired from ships or submarines, but there are ones you can fire from launchers on the land.
Tomahawks are precision-guided and can strike targets from 1,000 miles away, even in heavily defended airspace. Saville says they don't have a huge warhead, but are powerful nonetheless and can attack hardened targets.
And critically, they are very accurate. So they have a variety of different guidance systems that mean that they can be fired at something and hit a specific part of a target, within a meter or two, basically.
Russian President Vladimir Putin said on October 2nd, if Ukraine were to deploy Tomahawk missiles, Russia's troops would just be shooting them down and improving our air defense systems. Saville pointed out that Russia's military has managed to adapt to previous weapons challenges from Ukraine, but Tomahawks would enable Ukraine to hit critical targets deep inside Russian territory, such as military bases and logistics hubs currently beyond reach.
Tomahawk is not a wonder weapon. It's unlikely to be supplied in the kind of quantities that would radically transform the war, but it will present a challenge that Russian air defenses will need to take into account. And indeed, that will be whilst we imagine the Ukrainians will be increasing their strikes using their own drones and cruise missiles. So it broadens the threat.
Putin also warned at the same forum that should Ukraine get Tomahawk missiles, it would mark a completely new stage of escalation, including in US-Russia relations. He has previously warned that Russia reserves the right to strike at military installations in countries that let Ukraine use their missiles to hit Russia. However, Saville said Ukrainians would argue that the use of such missiles is in response to increased Russian air assaults.
We're now seeing hundreds of drones, the Geran-2, which is in itself really a cruise missile now, copied from the Iranian Shaheds. We have seen continued strikes by Russian ballistic and cruise missiles against Ukrainian military and civilian targets.
Ukrainian officials also say Russia has upped its attacks on electricity and gas facilities over the past 2 months, leading some to predict a particularly hard winter as the war approaches its 4th anniversary. Moscow denies targeting civilians.